Well, good morning. Ahoy, everybody! It is Tuesday, the 16th of November, 2021, and we are entering the Potomac River. Just over my right shoulder there is Cape Lookout, and we just came around Smith Point. We had a nice northwester to start, and then that kicked out about an hour ago, and so we flopped around for about an hour, and now it's beginning to work in from the east and just kind of funneling down the river. If forecast models are correct, it should veer to the southeast and then the south later on, still remaining light, kind of about 5 to 8 knots. We got about 5 knots right now, just enough to fill our sails and move us. And we do have some favorable tidal current for once, so that's helping us out too. And we are headed to Cartegena Creek, where hopefully I'll be able to get my propane tank filled. They told me they still fill propane tanks there, so. And so far, the rigging after the sail on Saturday up to Sandy Point, I had to take in 2 full turns on all the turnbuckles to bring the rigging up tight again. And I don't think much is going to change today because we've had light conditions pretty much all day. But hopefully that's it, or maybe one more turn on everything. The weather forecast tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday is southerlies. Fairly brisk too, so I plan to just hang in Cartegena Creek. And then Thursday night we got a cold front, another one of those great fall cold fronts going through, and then 2 days of strong northwest and then veering northeast on Saturday. So especially if I head back to Deltaville on Friday, the rigging should get a good test then, because it looks like it's going to be about 20 to 25 knots out of the northwest. Well, Cartegena Creek provided nice shelter from the strong cold front that passed through last night. So now clear skies and a northwest wind, and I've just weighed anchor. And I did manage to get my propane tank filled at Dynice Point Marina, which is right on the port hand side there. So mission accomplished. The National Weather Service has gale warnings up for the Potomac, but it sure seems tranquil enough in here. We'll see what it's like once we get outside. Woo-wee! It is brisk out here. Went down to 3 reefs in the main. Got winds gusting around 30 knots. Pretty steady 25 here. We're getting into this slop on the Potomac River. So this is going to be a lot of fun. There you can see it's just all covered with white caps. So it's honking out here. reputation. And we started off with winds gusting low 30s, kind of 20 knots, and then gusting up low 30s. And the Potomac, the specialists got towards Smith Point there. Got that really steep chop. It was kicking us all around. She was rolling like crazy. So that was a lot of fun. Things are kind of settling down now. The winds are gradually easing as they're forecast to. We're about 15 to 20 now. So I've been pulling reefs out. She's pretty comfortably canvassed now. Double reef main in the staysail. She's well balanced. We're chugging right along. These strong winds did loosen the rigging up again now. I see I'm going to have to tighten that. I can see the lee side is kind of falling slack there. And I mean, normally it's slacking a bit, but it's slackened a little too much. It's got to be tightened again. So I did succeed in getting my propane tank filled, and also got some zero ethanol gasoline, a little bit of diesel for the heater. So that was the good. The bad part was that I went in there to get my tank filled because I had Facebook messaged them, and they said, "Yo, yeah, we fill propane tanks." So then when I get there, they tell me, "Oh, you only have a 10-pound tank. Our minimum is 20 pounds." And well, I'm saying, well, I mean, the fitting's still the same, right? You can't. And then she said, "Well, we can still fill it, but you're going to pay for 20 pounds." So I said, "All right, I'll buy 20 pounds of propane and only get 10." And then when I got gasoline and diesel, I also dumped trash and filled my water jugs. And I noticed the bill seemed a little high there. And I found out they charged me to fill the water jugs and dump trash. Now, having been down in the islands, I'm not too scandalized by that. But it's the first time in the States I've ever been charged for water. Especially after they kind of gouged me on the propane, and then to charge me for water and trash too. I was a little miffed about that. So once again, chasing the fading light of the day, trying to get an anchor down. I'm going to anchor just outside of Jackson Creek for the night. There's still too much wind and it's up the wrong direction, so I'm not able to sail into Jackson Creek. So the strategy is to wait for light winds tomorrow morning and use the outboard to get me in. We'll see how that works out. Woke up to 36 degrees this morning. And got the little Tohatsu started right up, working well with that new carburetor. So it's doing a nice job pushing me into Jackson Creek here. It wasn't bad out there last night, a little bit of roll, but otherwise it was fine. Oh, it's a nice crisp, chilly morning. So after yesterday's brisk sail, this rigging is loosened up again. So we'll give it a tighten. Okay. That's one full turn. All right, let's start off with one full turn on each. Okay, that's pretty tight. Okay, that's pretty tight. Okay, that's definitely tight now. So about 1.5 turns. get into this. I got my phone and my Iridium GO unit. So let's get these two things fired up here. Okay, yeah, an Iridium GO should flip on just when you put the, yep, you just lift the antenna. And we're going to have to set this thing outside so I can see the sky. That should give it a clear view. Iridium GO. Okay, let's pull up. Oh, we got an internet connection. Pull up this is the predictwind.com website. Oh, it's just going to bring us back here. All right. So actually, because Iridium GO communicates by Wi-Fi, so my phone was picking up my local Wi-Fi hotspot off the internet. So I just had to change the Wi-Fi station on the phone there. Okay, so now I'm getting Iridium GO, and so it's communicating with our device, but not with the satellite. So then, click here to activate SIM card. All right, so here we go. All right, so of course it's going to need a SIM card number. Try help here. Iridium. Here it is. Here's the SIM card. Okay, so, oh, good God, I got to type all that in. All right, here we go. All right, we entered in all the numbers. And the plan we want is the unlimited, which is $140 a month. All right, well, select plan. PredictWind Advanced Warranty. Out. Okay, activation complete. Your SIM will be active. Okay, waiting for signal strength. Ready to connect. Dialing. All right. I'm told this can take 15. I just have one. Oh, it's negotiating. Oh, nice to know our technology is polite. Authenticated. Ah, thank you. Well, it sounds like we're getting somewhere here. Connected. Yay! And I'm just downloading just the PWG model. Actually, this is going pretty fast. So the total I'm trying to download is only about 80 kilobytes. And as you can see, this is a slow connection. To get about 100 kilobytes is, we're going on about 8 minutes now, 9 minutes. So you're not going to be surfing the internet offshore with Iridium GO. Not going to be uploading videos with it either. Okay, so I moved on to my backup computer here. And this time we'll try doing 3 models, but 12 hourly time slices. That's 300 kilobytes. And we don't need cloud. Okay, so that was 13 minutes. Although I lost signal for a couple of minutes. So it was 15 minutes total to download the 3 models, 50 kilometer resolution, 12-hour time slices. So let's go see what we got here. Here's our grids. Zoom that in a little. And we got a cold front going through right now. Still, the rain is tapering off and the wind has just begun to shift. And now let's look at ECMWF. And luckily, it shows pretty much the same thing. And GFS. Here's the GFS model. So speaking of which, let's see what our weather situation looks like for a possible southbound lane. Now we're headed out of the Chesapeake Bay here. And then off Cape Hatteras, we're going to get southeast of the Gulf Stream. So we get out of the contrary current. It'll also get us into much warmer water and thus warmer weather, which will be a welcome relief. And then we're pretty much going to head due south, southwest to the Bahamas, and then west through the Bahamas to Florida. I may shelter in the Bahamas as I did last time, somewhere around the Berry Islands, catch up on sleep in time recrossing the Gulf Stream. But the ultimate destination is either Miami or Marathon, somewhere thereabouts. And then I may visit the Bahamas later. The issue with the Bahamas is the present COVID rules, which say that you have to have a PCR test no later than 5 days prior to arrival. And I can't get there within 5 days. And they say there is a provision that if you can prove you've been at sea the whole time, they'll waive that, but they don't tell you how you're supposed what counts as proof of that. So my initial destination is going to be Florida, so I don't have to deal with any of that on top of a potentially difficult passage, and it's not hard to cross from Florida to the Bahamas. So that's the plan. So now the way this weather picture is looking to me now, so this is Saturday night, the 27th. Tomorrow is Sunday, the 28th. Now, that wouldn't be too bad, except that tomorrow night, as you can see, another pretty brisk front is going to go through. So you're looking at gale force winds, even right up close to the bay here. So I was going to wait till Monday to depart. We would depart in very brisk winds from Deltaville, but it's going to be a little less on the bay. And then as we work our way, just kind of stay close to the coast here. And you can see the winds are a little lighter, kind of around 20 knots. Stay close to the Virginia beach and work your way toward Hatteras. And then Monday night, you can see that's easing up, kind of west-northwest. And then into Tuesday, it's still pretty brisk west-northwest. And probably around Tuesday afternoon, evening, we'd be approaching the Gulf Stream. And there you can see we're somewhere around here, which would be in the Gulf Stream or getting to the south wall of it. We would have west-northwest at about 13 knots. And as we get into Wednesday, that becomes more kind of west to southwest and still getting lighter, around 10 knots. So that should be a pretty good time to cross the Gulf Stream. Now, as we can see, those winds are really going to ramp up again. And if we are still in the current, the good news is these strong winds are southwest, which is blowing in the same direction as the Gulf Stream. And generally, if the wind is going in the same direction of the Gulf Stream, it'll be pretty flat, or as flat as the Gulf Stream gets. It's when it's blowing from the northeast against the stream, that's when you really got to watch out. And if we work our way south, hopefully we can avoid these red areas and still stay in about 20-25 knots, so brisk sailing. And again, working our way, wind's just after the beam. And, okay, so we got about 20 knots or so. Our way south, okay, northwest, coming down to about 15 to 20 knots, then into Friday, and then coming northeast, and getting lighter still, kind of down to about 10 to 15. Then coming easterly, about, still 10 to 15 knots, so that's all right. And then we're approaching the Bahamas. Okay, and then we run out of gribs here. You can go out 2 weeks with these forecasts, but none of these models can be trusted out past about a week. So for comparison, This is the PWG model. This is the Predict Wind proprietary. Let's just see what the GFS says for the same deal. So GFS, and we leave Monday morning from Deltaville. Okay, and that's a lot of wind Monday morning. So, and by Monday evening, we're working our way down the coast. Okay, if we kind of hug the Virginia coast there, it's not quite as bad. And as we get into Tuesday, early Tuesday morning, still kind of brisk west to northwest. And yeah, very early into Wednesday. And so there we have just light to moderate west to southwest. So hopefully that's crossing the Gulf Stream. And once again, it pipes up again from the southwest. And then quickly becomes northwest. Looks like another front passes. So we got to watch out for that front, kind of Wednesday-ish. And then northwest, when we get into Friday. And then, yeah, again, coming northeast, kind of just 10 to 15 knots. Finally, let's look at the ECMWS, the European model. Let's just take a look at that. Okay, so they're all saying brisk northwest winds. So Monday night into Tuesday, ECMWF shows it, northwest and kind of 15 to 20-ish. We get into Tuesday, coming west to southwest, and that's actually fairly pleasant, kind of 10 to 20 knots. So hopefully entering the Gulf Stream in westerly 15 to 20 as we get into Wednesday. Okay, so the ECMWF model is actually a little rosier. Still just kind of moderate westerlies into Wednesday. Hopefully we're across the Gulf Stream. And let's see what was Wednesday evening say. And still kind of west-southwest. Okay, so we're rooting for the European model here. There it comes, Thursday. But hopefully we're fairly far south by then, that we're not going to get those strong winds here. We'll still hang on to kind of light to moderate west to southwest. And then becoming westerly. If we keep moving south, that's pretty good into Friday. It looks like another big low up north. And then northwest moderate, that's still looking pretty sweet into Saturday. And then just easterlies down south, moderate easterlies. So the European model, that's looking pretty sweet. So we'll see. So planning to depart Monday, today's Saturday, so that's 2 days from now. So I never make a final decision to depart until I look at the gribs the morning of. And of course, since now I have Iridium GO, I can still get these gribs offshore. So at least that, in theory, should be a big plus.